From Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 6 of the NFL. EA Sports.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
This pass finds its way to Williams, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week, but when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely, and he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
That's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're
and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. 25-yard. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
At the 43-yard line, a gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston, the screen pass here to Cohen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
3rd and long for Winston. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And all the way down to the 5. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. Well, got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Odell Beckham, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
The kick is
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
25-yard line.
Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. To throw, Winston. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Dexter Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down.
From the gun, Winston. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense. But, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looks for Beckham again. This time he finds him. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there. 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
The tackle made by
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Over the middle to Beckham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they had scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Left side complete to Lockett. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Jameis now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Santos' kick is up and through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we come upon, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Bears 9.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Had the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Watson on first down. It is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on first. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
At the Bears' 7-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Watson going to try and run it. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On third down, a run with Cohen. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense tried to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the Bears first down.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And it's a quick slant to Lockett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st and 10, Winston. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Winston's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Robinson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Winston. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Chicago.
Mike 3.
First down, Winston. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd and long.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Rashawn Gary getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, 5. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, there you go, from red zone to red zone on that fumble return.
It's amazing how fast things can turn around, isn't it? I mean, it looks like one team's driving, got everything taken care of. All of a sudden, the ball's on the ground or popped in the air, and whoosh, there you go in the other direction. Good job by the defense. You see how they practice that, too. You can tell, coordinated. As soon as they got the ball, everyone turned to block someone and try and help him along the way.
And now set up here in terrific field position. Second down and goal. Winston. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Williams. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's up and good. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. Got that fumble recovery last time when it looked like they might give up points. It actually ended up yielding points for them on the offensive end.
It's a pretty good swing, isn't it? Maybe you're going to give up a touchdown. Instead, you score a touchdown. Great swing, great momentum changer for your team.
And they'll be looking to build off that momentum on this drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Watson back to Brown, this time complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. On third down, Samuel. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Eddie Goldman on the stop.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Flushed out right. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a third and 8. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 38.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first.
It's second down and 10.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Now a first down throw, Watson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And that will bump the lead up to 26. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Made by Devin Bush. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 37.
To throw again on second down. Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The former third overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got Lockett. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Winston now to throw on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
42-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
4th down, Winston. Now a desperation throw deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bears cut into that lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Throwing now, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he will have a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now Watson.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Onto the field now come the Bears. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the others. He's got a man, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Jameis now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, Winston. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A 1st down throw for Winston. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
A.J. Terrell on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
49.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.